Good morning, students. So today we will start the unit 2 of physics class 8. Okay. So in the previous video, uh, the question of the exercise unit 1. Okay. So you try to do it. Okay. You will get the answer from the book only. So if you find any difficulty in any question, then you can send the query, then I will send the solution of that particular solution. Okay. And if you have done that, then kindly send me the solution. Fine. So today we will start the unit 2. Okay. Change of state in matter using kinetic theory. Okay. We will learn about the change of state in matter using the kinetic theory. So we have already discussed the kinetic theory of gas, kinetic theory of solid, kinetic theory of liquid. So depending upon that, we will state the change of state. Okay. So change in state. So generally we state by the term state what we mean. We mean solid, liquid or gas. So there are three main states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. So change of state, so that means suppose we take one example, suppose ice. So ice is solid. So if we apply heat or if we heat it, then what it becomes? The solid becomes liquid, that is the ice melts and forms water. Okay, so starting its state was solid. Now after heating it, it changes its state from solid to liquid. And again if we heat the liquid, then what we will get? So liquid will vaporize or evaporate it. So after heating the liquid, we will get the gas. So that's why with increase in temperature, we can say that the states of the matter changing. So if we see the formal definition of the change of state, so when heat energy is absorbed or heat energy is given out by a substance in addition to rise or fall in temperature or change in dimension of the substance, its state may also change. Fine. So when a heat energy is absorbed or heat energy is given in addition to the rise or fall in temperature of a substance, its state also changes, and that is known as our change of state. So for example, when ice is heated, it changes into liquid state, and if more heat is applied, then water changes into steam, and this is our gas. Okay. So conversely, if the steam, again if we do the converse part, so if the steam given out heat energy changes into liquid, okay. Similarly, if the water is further cooled, then it will lose heat energy and changes into solid state. So if the steam loses energy, then it will convert into liquid, and again if the liquid is again further cooled or its heat energy is lost, then it will again convert into solid state. Okay. So there are some process which we need to know. So just that first one is our solid. So this is our solid, then liquid and then gas. The conversion of solid to liquid is known as melting. You need to understand this. Okay, and I have to remember this. So conversion of solid to liquid is known as melting. Again, conversion of liquid to solid is known as freezing. So arrow is given, so you can understand that. Okay. Again, conversion of liquid to gas is called our vaporization, and whereas condensation of gas or conversion of gas into liquid is known as condensation. Okay. Similarly, conversion of solid to gas is known as sublimation, and gas to solid, both are given as same, but it should be that the conversion of solid to gas is your sublimation, whereas gas to solid is fusion. Okay. Fine. So now we will study the change of state from solid to liquid on the basis of kinetic theory. So how the state, that is solid to liquid, get converted on the basis of the kinetic theory. So let us understand this. So when a solid is heated, suppose we take the ice. When ice is heated, its molecule absorb heat energy. Okay, whose molecule? The molecule of the ice will absorb the heat energy, and while absorbing the heat energy, kinetic energy of the molecule increases. That means the molecules will now move in all the possible direction. And due to this increase in kinetic energy, the molecule start vibrating about their mean position with a greater amplitude. So suppose this is a molecule, so this will vibrate about its mean position with greater amplitude. Greater amplitude means, suppose this is the mean position, amplitude. So this distance will be called the amplitude. Okay. We will further discuss this. So with increase this, this is in turn increases the intermolecular space. So if we apply heat energy, then molecule will absorb heat energy, and the molecule will, their kinetic energy will also increase. So if the molecules increases the kinetic energy, then they will vibrate about their mean position with greater amplitude. So they are vibrating. So this will create intermolecular space. Okay, and weakness the intermolecular force. So if they create intermolecular space, then intermolecular force of attraction will be weaker, and this continues till stage is reached when the kinetic energy of molecule become more than the intermolecular force. So after heating, so there comes one stage where the kinetic energy of the molecule becomes more than the intermolecular force. Okay. So at that stage, the molecule start interchanging their position, and hence the solid changes into liquid. And this change in state from solid to liquid is called the melting, or we can say fusion. And the temperature at which this happens is called the melting point. Suppose we can say that suppose ice melts at 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, it melts at 0 degrees Celsius also. So that will be the temperature at which the solid changes into liquid is known as the melting point. Okay, so when you are making the notes, you write the definition of change in state, then what is melting point, then different stage of matter, that is when solid is converted to liquid, the process is known as melting. When liquid is getting converted into solid, the process is known as freezing, like this. Okay, now we will move to the change of state from liquid to gas on the basis of kinetic theory. So above paragraph we have discussed about the change of state from liquid to solid to liquid. Now we will discuss about the liquid to gas based on the kinetic energy or based on the kinetic theory. So when its liquid is heated, its molecule again absorb energy, and thus the kinetic energy starts increasing. So as the average kinetic energy of the molecule continuously increasing, therefore the temperature of the liquid rises, and furthermore with the increase in the kinetic energy, the molecule vibrate with greater amplitude about their mean position. So thus what it does, that in turn increases the intermolecular space and weakness the intermolecular forces. So this continue till the kinetic energy of the molecule become more than the intermolecular force, and at that stage energetic molecules, that is the energetic molecules of the liquid, rapidly leaves the liquid and converts into steam, or we can say the gaseous stage. Fine. So these are very easy, so you have to remember that. Okay, so let us see some investigation. So to study change of state of ice. Okay, so how to investigate the change of state of ice? So what are the materials required? A 20 cc beaker, a thermometer, an iron stain, wire gauge. So you can easily discuss this. Okay. So method. What are the methods? Place the beaker. You can see the figure. So place the beaker on the wire gauge. So you have to place the beaker on the wire gauge. This will be our wire gauge. So and a tripod stand. Pour 100 gram of ice cubes in the beaker. So we have to put some ice cubes, about 100 gram, in the beaker, and then insert a thermometer, so to measure the temperature in it, such that the bulb is completely surrounded by ice. Suspended the thermometer from the iron stand and record the temperature of the ice. So after inserting the thermometer, we need to record the temperature. So what was the temperature at that time in degrees Celsius? Okay, so heat the beaker with a Bunsen burner. So you can see that this is the burner. So we have to heat the beaker. So after heating, so we will notice that the ice starts changing its state, that is it starts melting, or it is getting converted from solid to liquid. Okay, however the temperature recorded by the thermometer remains 0 degree till the ice melts. Okay, After melting ice, the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. So the heat supplied to the ice does not raise the temperature of the ice. So starting in when we have not heated, the temperature of the ice was 0 degrees Celsius, and after heating also the ice converted into water and its temperature remains same, that is 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, so that is the heat supplied to the ice does not rise the temperature of the ice. So instead it changes its state. So after applying the heat, the temperature does not changes or increases, but that temperature which we have applied changes the state of the matter. Okay, so thus heat supplied to the ice is stored in water in the form of latent heat. So you have to remember, this is very important definition. So the amount of heat which we have applied to the ice is stored in water. Okay, is stored in the water in the form of latent heat, and this latent heat does not increases the temperature of the matter. Okay, so we have got the definition of the latent heat. So it is important. So while making the note, you have to write this definition: latent heat of fusion. Okay, so what is latent heat of fusion? It is the amount of heat energy supplied to a solid at its melting point such that it changes into liquid state without any rise in temperature, and that is called our latent heat of fusion. Okay, so we have some another definition, that is specific latent heat of fusion. One word is added, that is specific. So if we add this, so our definition will be the amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of ice. Okay, so what is specific heat of latent heat of fusion of ice? It is the amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of ice which is at 0 degrees Celsius into water which is again at 0 degrees Celsius. It's called a specific heat. So in latent heat there is no particular quantity, that is 1 kg of ice or 100 gram of ice or 250 gram of ice. So but in specific heat, specific latent heat, our quantity is fixed. Okay, it is the amount of energy, heat energy required to convert 1 kg of ice which is at 0 degrees Celsius to convert it into water into which is at the same temperature, that is 0 degrees Celsius, is known as our specific latent heat of fusion. So we have got two definition, definition 1 and definition 2. So you need to write this. Okay, its experimental value is this one. So this is a highest value of the substance and has far reached natural consequences. So on further heating, so if you further heat the water, so the temperature of the water start rising. Now the temperature start rising. Okay, until it attains a temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. So after 0 degrees Celsius it will convert to 20, 30, 40 in this way after reaching the 100 degrees Celsius. So at this stage the water starts boiling. So that means you need to remember that 100 degrees Celsius is the temperature at which water boils and it converts into steam, that is it starts convert into gas. Okay. So however the temperature of the boiling water remains 100 degrees Celsius till every drop of water has changed into steam. So that means if water is boiling, its temperature will be 100 degrees Celsius, though it's forming steam. So after forming each molecules into steam, that temperature of the boiling water will remain 100 degrees Celsius. Okay. So the heat supplied to the water changes its state only and is stored in the form of steam, in the form of latent heat. So the energy or the heat energy which we are applying to water have stored in the form of steam, and that is known as, that is of the form of latent heat. Okay, so in the previous this one 1a, so we have already learned the latent heat. So this is the amount of heat energy required to just change the state without increasing the temperature. Okay, and this change of state of liquid to gas, okay, this change of liquid into gas state at fixed temperature is called boiling. Okay, so boiling. So you have to write the definition. We will get two more definition, that is latent heat of vaporization and specific latent heat of vaporization. So if you see the latent heat of vaporization, what is it? It is the amount of heat energy supplied to a liquid at its boiling point such that it changes into gaseous state. The gaseous state means it may steam without any rise in temperature is called latent heat of vaporization. Okay, and specific latent heat of vaporization, and if you add the specific latent heat, so we will have to take the particular quantity of water, that is 1 kilogram of water. So the amount of heat energy required to change 1 kilogram of water at 100 degrees Celsius into steam of 100 degrees Celsius. So you can see that the temperature of water, boiling water, is also 100 degrees Celsius and steam is also 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, it's called the specific latent heat of vaporization. Okay, and its experimental value is 2260 joule per gram, or 2260 into 10 to the power 3 joule per kg. Okay, and this is the highest value of any substance in nature. So and has far reaching natural consequences. So we have got 3, 4 or 5 definition. Okay, so after that okay, so in the next video, so till here, so you learn all the definition, so revise it. If you find any doubt, then you contact me directly. Okay, and make the notes also, the definition which I have ticked: the latent heat of vaporization, latent heat of specific latent heat of vaporization, the experimental value. Okay, here also the experimental value, this is the experimental value, the specific latent heat of fusion, specific and latent heat of fusion of ice, then change of state of liquid from gas, the basis of kinetic energy, this also, and this is will be the main figure number 1.8. This will be very important for your examination purpose. And here the change of state. Okay, thank you.